Hey YouTube, what's going on everybody? What's going on? I got my headset in, man, a little loud in here. This is Trucker Richie Rich, and I'm coming to you with another video. Okay, a little PSA. We're trying to make some dollars out here, and hope what I'm about to say might make some sense to some of y'all. Okay. If you guys looked at my last video I uploaded this morning, it was pertaining to the video I found on TikTok about a trainee jumping truck and quitting. That's happening a lot lately. It happened to me about 2 months ago. I had a student jump off my truck and quit. He left his key in the front seat and he jumped off the truck and didn't leave an explanation and left. Well, about a month or so, I reached out to him because, I guess through algorithms from me having his phone number, became Facebook friends. And I sent him a message. And I asked him, I said, how you doing? No hard feelings. I know this ain't personal. You know, um, why did you jump off the truck? What was that about? And so he proceeded to tell me that the reason he jumped off the truck because he was offered a better deal. Okay. What's happening now in the industry, it is changing because people are desperate for truck drivers. So they are waiving some of the requirements they used to have when I started 10 years ago. And what he told me was fascinating to me. Fresh out of CDL school, he was offered a job, a local job, where he's home every day, where they gave him a $5,000 bonus, where they promised him a minimum of $1,300 a week, and he wouldn't have to work weekends. Okay. He didn't tell me this until afterwards, but he jumped on that deal and left. Now here's the kicker about my old student. Before I picked him up, he sat home for about 4 weeks without working, without any training or anything, because Prime was short trainers. And what Prime did and what they're doing, which blew my mind, is that if they're short trainers, they're actually paying these students a regular salary of $900 a week to sit home. So that particular student I had sat home for 4 weeks, collected 4 paychecks of $900. Then he turned around and jumped ship and went to another company. Okay. Is it wrong? No. I mean, I'm a straight shooter. I'll be honest with you. What he did was best for him. And that's how trucking is these days, especially now with the competition we have out here and that it's scarce. Now, I like to blame most of these mega carriers, super mega carriers, like Swift, JB Hunt, Schneider, who else? CR England. What they're doing is offering people fresh out of CDL school local jobs, and that's unheard of. Okay. When I came in the game 10 years ago, right? I couldn't touch a local job. At least unless I had a minimum of 2 years over the road experience. It was considered a badge of honor to be able to get a local job, and most local jobs were reserved for guys who've been on the road for 20 and 17 years, and then decide to come off the road and work locally to where they're home every night. Now that has changed. You know, that's changed. That's out the door now. You know, that's so let me address this. The guy video I posted prior to this one fell into that situation. From what the research I can tell, that's the situation he fell into. He was offered a local job where he was home every day and where he was able to do whatever he wanted to do during the day and be home at night and have a life. Young man jumped on it. That's what my last student did, and that's what he did. And I'm finding out more and more students are doing that. This is a game changer. Okay? This is a game changer. This is going to add to some of the shortages of truck drivers out here on the road. Okay? These mega carriers, these super mega carriers, are getting desperate enough to where they're changing the game. I'll tell you a quick story real quick because I got a ton of them. But my rookie year, I was in training with Stevens Transport from September 15th to December 21st. I was with a trainer on his truck. I had 2 trainers, and I was stuck for a long time. Okay, so I remember me and my buddy were talking, and he was telling me, he's like, Rich, this ain't gonna work for me, man. The money is too short. I think at that time they was only paying like 25 cents a mile. He couldn't make it. And I understand. So he went down to New Orleans, went to the ports, and he walked into a container office, and he struck up a conversation with somebody, and they're like, listen, if you can pass this road test I give you a job. He passed it. He jumped off his trainer's truck, and he went to work locally in New Orleans. And he stayed there for 2 years. Built up his experience, and then he went other places. Now me, I live in the Carolinas. I tried the same thing when I was in training. I went to the local container place, and I applied for a job, and the lady interviewed me and everything, and she really liked me. But she told me she could not hire me because I do not have 2 years experience. Come back in 2 years. And she said her insurances won't allow her to hire me. And she explained to me, you're a nice guy and all, but nobody's going to touch you. So I let it go, and I left it alone. I went over the road, and I've been over the road since. But in my rookie year, if I had the opportunity to get a local job, I would have jumped on it. And right now, the industry is so desperate for drivers, things are changing to where these super mega carriers like Swift, JB Hunt, Schneider, CR England, companies in that frame are offering people local jobs where they can go home every day. Rookies, people fresh out of CDL school. Is it more dangerous? Yeah. But they're willing to train them on the job. So I talked to my former student, and I said, well, how can you even qualify for that job? You ain't been driving for only about not even a week. I mean, he was on my truck less than a week. And he told me that they were going to do on-job training with him for 2 weeks. And that's what they're going to do. And that's what he wants to do. So he said when he heard that, he jumped and ran. So, that's just the way it is out here. Unfortunately. Some of these guys, over the road used to be a rites of passage. You had to do this in order to get a local job. But now the game has changed. And you don't have to do that no more. So it's going to make it harder to have students. And then see, you have situations where there's less and less trainers out here now. Okay? Not everybody wants to train. I remember when I got my own truck, right? Once I got done with training, because I was in training for almost 3 months. And I didn't want to be around another person. Okay? Both of my trainers I had, the first guy, he was kind of country. He was from South Texas. And he lived in a trailer. He did the outdoorsy thing. He was an outdoorsy guy. I called him Lightning Jack, from down under. My second trainer was from Central Florida. Tad bit racist. Very, very, very dirty. I mean, his truck was filthy. His sheets were so dirty. He had white sheets on his truck. They were so dirty, they were actually black. And he smoked, and he was just a nasty person. But I had to suck it up because I needed a job. And I didn't want to start over or go back to the terminal and have to wait. But, a lot of students are skipping that. They are. They're skipping that phase. And to me, that's a rites of passage. That's what really makes you a trucker. It's going through training and putting in your hard work at the bottom. But nowadays, these super mega carriers are making it difficult now. Okay, there's no way I can keep a guy on my truck if I'm not paying him a signing bonus plus $1,300 to $1,400 a week guaranteed. I can't compete with that. Okay, I can't. So My student jumped off the truck because of that. And the student that I put the video before this one jumped off the truck too because of that. And from what the research I can tell, he was in TNT for a long time. I think he started his TNT around maybe like end of May, beginning of June, and he was still in TNT to this day. And you know, how can you tell a guy not to want his own truck and make more money plus a signing bonus? I mean, how do you compete with that? So I think that, you know, Prime and just anybody, they're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I don't know how that will be handled, because that's a game changer. You know, you got people coming to the industry who could actually get local jobs now. There's also another company, what is it, Sigma? Sigma is now letting you go from school right to them. Who else? Carlisle Trucking. I mean, there's tons of trucking companies out here now that are not requiring you to be out over the road for more than a year. As a matter of fact, they skimmed it down to 3 months. Some of them did. Some, hey, give me 3 months experience and I'll put you in the truck. So times is changing. All I can say to you guys, it's good to get your over the road experience. You want to see the United States. You want to do the over the road thing. Okay? You want to build your experience. You know, you want to build your confidence up. You know, but you know, who am I to tell a young guy, you know, in his early 20s, you know, to be out here on the road 24/7 for weeks and weeks at a time? Forget your social life. You know, that's hard. Okay? I don't know if I was a young guy if I could do this job. I'm an older guy now and I'm settled, so I don't have to be worrying about chasing tail or running to nightclubs or whatever to meet women or anything like that. I'm an older guy now. You know, women are liabilities at this point. But a young guy, you just can't. I mean, and 10 years ago, if I had an opportunity, I would have jumped on it too. So this is game changer, guys. This is going to add to the fire out here. You know, this trucking shortage for its drivers and everything, I think it's going to get worse. You know, this is my opinion. You know, not anybody else's. But feel free to leave a comment at the bottom. Tell me what you think. You know, and tell me where you see it. If you're a rookie, I don't know if you knew it. I hope I didn't put no cat out the bag. If I did, I'm sorry, Prime. But this is a conversation that probably is being had right now. It has to be. You cannot compete with $5,000 signing bonus, Monday through Friday job, weekends and nights home. You can't compete. You can't compete with that. So, if you watch the guy's video, he was accused of jumping the truck. Okay, he didn't jump the truck. You know, I think his driver manager was fed up with a lot of guys quitting. That, you know, to me, what that driver manager said to that driver is an indication that a lot of people are jumping the truck. Because when you threaten somebody that, hey, I'm going to write abandonment on your DAC or something, that's a far stretch. Okay, that is for a trainee. Okay, I don't see that happening. But I think that driver manager just fed up with people just abandoning ship. And people are doing, and I hate to say it, is they're going to these mega carriers, getting their CDLs, screw the debt, screw the $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 I owe you, and go on and work for somebody else. Because see, once you have that plastic in your hand, can't nobody take away from you but the state that you got it in. That's all they can take it away from you. And these trucking schools are not that powerful to go after your CDL like that. Okay, they'll threaten you. Trust me, they will threaten you to the moon, but they can't do that. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. It's getting a little warm out here. I'm up. I'm a little tired. But like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me how you feel. You know, tell me if you see changes in trucking that are coming now. Peace, guys. Y'all be easy.